The coming of Christ to earth.
No one in this world can guarantee how and when the coming of Christ to the earth will take place. That is why Jesus said in Matthew 24:36, "No one knows the day or the hour when I will come. Not even the angels in heaven know. Neither do I know. Only God the Father knows." For this reason, no man could set a date as to when the coming of Christ would be, because not even Christ knows. That is why so many foolish men and women around the world have made a fool of themselves for having the audacity to utter out loud dates of events that they, with their diminutive minds, have made up when they can't even begin to understand how God does things. The fact that Christ neither knew when her own manifestation would be proves to us that it is because she would be just like us, here on earth, in a dispensation in which she was asleep, not knowing what her true identity is, nor her mission to fulfill. If the coming of Christ really was the way the so-called Christians claim, and that Christ was in a place called heaven, beyond the clouds up high with God the Father, then how could Christ not know when she would be sent to earth? Everything that God the Father has promised and fulfills is through his Christ and for her, and he wanted it to be a surprise for her, as a clear and irrefutable demonstration of his faithfulness in fulfilling that promise he made to her of not leaving her soul in Sheol, nor leaving her body in corruption. For us, everything is clear and makes sense, and we have the evidence to prove that MelquisedecLisbet did not know the date nor the hour, just as it is written about her, and the reason is that she had not yet been awakened by God the Father in his wisdom of heaven to be able to know it. Lisbet did not come to know the day nor the hour of her manifestation as the Christ until the moment in which God the Father Melchizedek awakened or resurrected her from among the dead, those men and women who were around her, and of which some became the firstfruits of God the Father and Christ, and others did not for having rejected her coming. That is why the concept that religion has about the coming of Christ to earth is another very serious error with which they have led humanity astray for so many centuries. The hysterical religious narrative has taught that the second coming of Christ would be in a bombastic and thunderous manner, flying amid the clouds and with the sound of very loud trumpets. But the confused theologians forget a very fine detail that is expressed in the Bible many times with regard to the Christ who would come, and it is that she would reveal God the Father's name, something that no one knows except Lisbet, the existing Christ. We are in the presence of the true and only Christ of God the Father, because Christ has already come, and she is here in the promised land, inviting all who hunger and thirst for the justice and peace of the heaven, of God the Father and Mother, MelquisedecLisbet de Salem, to enter their wedding supper. Amen.